Okay. Hi, and welcome to the first live streamed Maker Monday. My name is Sandy Roberts, and I'm the Makerspace Coordinator for the Warren County Library System. Normally, I host these Maker Mondays in our wonderful Makerspace at the Southwest branch, but instead we're coming to you live on Facebook today, and I hope that you're as excited as I am to make something new and interesting today. We have a really simple project, great for kids and adults today. So we are going to be making a fun pull-tabbed card, okay? Very simple. The idea is that you've got this little tab here, and when you pull on it, you get some motion, and it reveals your special message in here. So it says, Happy Mother's Day. That's what it says right now. And you can customize these to be all kinds of different cards, but my template for today is a Mother's Day card since that's coming up really soon. All right, so let's talk really quickly about what you're going to need today for our project. Now, you will see in the description for today's live event that there is a template that you can download. Okay, and it looks like this. It's a PDF for you to print out. And basically, it's got a large piece on the front. This is our card front. And then it's got the back and the other pieces that we need on the second page. You can print these out onto regular old copy paper. That will totally work. But if you have something like cardstock around, that works really, really nicely for this. Gives you a little bit more weight. Alternatively, you can print it on copy paper and then trace it onto something like scrapbook paper or construction paper. If you think you might want to make a lot of these cards, take your copy paper printout, glue it down into like an old cereal box, and cut that out, and then you have a nice sturdy template that you can just trace onto any paper that you want. If you can't print, okay, if you don't have a printer available to print out these templates, don't worry, you can still do this project. I'm going to tell you some of the measurements that you need as we go through, and you can make your own pull-tab card yourself. Basically, you're going to need to start with, this is a 5x7 square, rectangle. I don't know my shapes. It's a 5x7 rectangle of paper. And then your front is basically a 6x8 template. It's a little bit larger piece, and we're going to cut out some notches, some tabs for that piece to go around the other. But that's basically what you need. So if you don't already have this printed out, you're going to want to print that out right away. And you're going to start by getting these colored and make them look really amazing. For example, here's one that my daughter Katie did, and you can see she colored it really nicely on the front. She colored her heart, and when you open it, she even colored on the inside there to make it really special. So you found like a pop of color. But you know, if you don't feel like coloring today, you're not in the mood, this one my daughter Gwen did, and it's just got like little origami butterflies that she made and put on it, and she just left it white. Very simple, but the same thing. When you pull on it, it opens up and it says Happy Mother's Day. Okay, so get as creative as you like. Pull out the stickers. I like colored pencils, but you might like markers or some other material. It's totally up to you. What else are you going to need? So you need your template or at least some paper to get started with. You're going to need a good pair of scissors. Okay, I like to use kind of small, sharp paper scrapbooking scissors, but any kind of scissors that you have around will do. If you are a little bit older, you may want to use, oops, I just pulled the blade right out of my craft knife. So I guess, there we go. I like to keep a cork on it so I don't cut myself, but that didn't work out so good today. So a craft knife works really nicely if you want to get some of the details in there. So if you're older and you have access to one of these and a mat, that's a great option. If you're making your own template today instead of using the printout version, you're going to need a ruler, okay, so that you can measure properly. So you're going to need that. And then you need something to use as adhesive. I just like your classic glue stick. Works great. If you don't have a glue stick, you can certainly use some invisible tape. You can use white glue. Whatever you've got handy will totally work for this project, and you don't need a lot of it. So those are our materials. We need our template, scissors, and a little bit of adhesive, and we are good to go. All right, so while you're coloring, I'm going to switch over to my other view so I can show you the basics of how to put this together, and we can go over some of our measurements, okay? All right, I'm going to switch views here. Just going to bring up my camera. Here we go. All right, so these are the pieces that are already cut out for this one. I have comments off. Oh my goodness. Well, let me see if I can fix that real quick. I have just, let's see. I'm looking. Let's see. Only your followers be able to leave comments. I guess that works. All right, we're switching back to what I'm doing here. All right, so this is our template all cut out. If you are doing this on your own and you're making your own template, you can see my ruler, okay? That's about 5 inches high. And I think my phone is turned around weird. And about 7 inches long. And then each of the tabs that I have are about 1/2 inch, okay? About 1/2 inch. So you're going to want to leave kind of rectangles there so you can use tabs to attach everything. If you want to just cut 2 pieces, 5 by 7, that will totally work as well. That shouldn't be a big problem. In the center here, we've cut out the center, and that is a 1 inch, okay? That's 1 inch here by 5 inches across, okay? So you're just going to measure and mark that and cut that out. If you're using the template, all you're going to do is fold it in half and snip. We have a question coming in.
Dan asks where he can find the template.
The template should be listed in the description. Katie, can you confirm that it's there?
I will real quick. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just post that link again in the comments for you. I think I am.
It is in the description.
Okay, so if you look up in the description, it should be there. Just reposting it right now. That should be shareable. It's right on Google Drive. All right. So I've got my template. I've got all my pieces. The first thing we're going to do, you're going to cut out along all the solid lines. So if you printed out the template, you're going to cut out along all of your solid lines here. And I forgot to flip this camera. Look at that. So everything's all backwards. See, I'm learning. This is my first live stream. Not too bad so far. I've only made a couple mistakes. So you're going to cut out along your solid lines here. Your dotted lines you don't want to cut along because we're going to fold on those right now. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to carefully fold along my dotted lines, and I'm going to crease this pretty well. You want to make sure that that's folded really nicely, like that. Dun, dun, dun. If you have a bone folder, if you're really into paper crafting, that's useful. Your ruler can also help you make nice creases here. I'm folding them in so I can hide the dotted line later, and you won't see it, but whatever you do, it's not going to be a problem because you're going to make it look amazing anyway. Okay, we're just folding. And here we go. And last tab. Now, if you were making your own, you could just do plain rectangles. You don't have to do fancy tabs. Or you can even just cut out little carrots, little corners there. No big deal. All right, so there's my front piece, okay? That's going to be the front of my card. Set that aside. This is the inside of my card. If you're using the template, you'll see there's a very faint gray line. That's the part that you're going to see when the card is open. So if you like, you can use the Happy Mother's Day that I prepared in advance. And I apologize again that I forgot to mirror my camera so that this would make a little more sense. You know, I'm just going to take a real quick look and see if I can do that. I don't know. I bet you I can. Is there an easy way to do that? I can't find it. We'll do it next time. No worries. Whatever. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the back of that message. And like I said, if you wanted to, you could write your own message in there. You don't have to use this one. I just wanted to make it convenient for those of us that maybe don't have great handwriting like myself, so that we have a nice Happy Mother's Day on the inside of our card. Now we have to create a sandwich. So we know that we want Happy Mother's Day to come through the window when we have it all together, but we want to hide it between now and then. That's where this T part comes out. If you're making this yourself, okay, it is about 7.5 inches long and just under 5 inches wide. You want this part to be about 4 3/4 inches because you want it to be able to move. And you want this width to be a little bit bigger than your window. So I did like 1.5 inches. Okay, and you can see when you place it down, it has just a little bit of wiggle room. The reason for this T is that it helps keep this straight as you're moving it. Okay, you can trim that down as you need though, no big deal. So we're going to make a little sandwich here. I'm going to put my slider over my back. I'm going to come in here with my front piece, flip the whole thing over. Now I've got my little sandwich, kind of wiggle everything back into place. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and glue everything together. I like to do the back first, okay, because I'm always worried that things are going to fall out on me while I'm doing this. Press it down really well. Make sure that it adheres really nicely. Then I like to do my front. Make sure you don't get any of this glue on your slider. Okay, if it ends up on your slider, you're going to have a little bit of a problem. And for some reason, it looks like my piece is a little shorter than it should be. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe what I probably did, and I should have warned you guys about this, is that if you're not careful and you print one, if you don't print them full size, you may end up with that as a problem too. So if that happens to you, it happens to you. Just reprint or just cut out a 5x7 piece. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do the sides. Dun, dun, dun. Keep everything in there. Again, pretty simple construction here, but you don't want anything to fall out. And a little bit of glue on the other side. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's the back of my card, all sealed up. I can put my glue to the side for the moment. And when I flip, okay, I have my Happy Mother's Day. The next thing we want to do is put our actual moving piece. But we don't want to just glue it down right against the card because it's going to get stuck. So that's what this tiny little piece is for, this little tab. We're going to make a loop of paper and attach that to our slider and then attach our heart to the loop. Now you can do an accordion fold if you prefer. I just go for a simple loop. If you have trouble with this, if this is too small, just cut yourself a larger, longer piece. That's also fun if you want the heart to really pop up above the card like more. You can kind of play with this. This is somewhere that you can kind of figure out what engineering works best for you. But you can see I made like a little gray area. So we're going to kind of fold that over like that. Okay, make a little loop. This is a good spot to use tape because it's just a little quicker. I'm going to just put some glue on there, really load it on. You don't want this to be a weak spot in your card. So you're just going to make this nice little loop and hold it in place for a moment. Okay? I like to just stick it on my pinky at this point, makes it a little bit easier. Oh no, it popped off. See? See what I mean? This is the hardest part of this entire card. Can you believe it? Let's see. I'm going to use my own advice here and just take a piece of tape. You got to be ready. When you're a maker, you know, you got to be ready. You're going to be ready for these types of things to happen in life. Okay, there we go. Now I've got my little loop, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of tape because I've got the tape out now. My tape is kind of big here, but I'm just going to stick it. Now you want to position your heart as far over on the side as you can, as far away from your pull as you can, because you want to give yourself as much space as possible there for that movement. Okay, got my piece of tape here that I've now gotten hopelessly stuck. We're having one of those days, guys. It's a rainy kind of day. It's a Monday. Anybody else having a seriously Monday? Like I'm having a very significantly Monday feeling kind of Monday today. Well, you know, I'm just going to go ahead with it. There we go. Got my little loop on. Maybe I'll put a little piece of tape on the other side. Just skip it. Now I'm going to go ahead with my glue. Put a nice bit of glue on there. I'm really loading it on, okay? And press on my heart. Okay. And then you may want to come in there with like a pencil or your pinky just to make sure there's enough space. But if all has gone well, and it looks like it has, ta-da! Your heart moves along. There's your Happy Mother's Day. Okay? Pretty simple. But you can see that you can customize this in 100 different ways. For example, here's one I did. All right, of a race car. Right? Zoom, happy birthday. So I just cut this out of some scrapbook paper that I had laying around. I put a different color scrapbook paper on the inside to make it look neat. And then my car, I just printed out, some clip art and cut it out to attach and did some stickers. Now you can see here, you can kind of see, I did a little bit bigger loop for this one because I really wanted my car to stand out from the base. So you can customize that however you like. Now, of course, it doesn't have to go side to side, right? Here's one I did that's up and down. So this is kind of a rainy day card. I'm not enjoying the rain right now. I need some sunshine. So when you pull down on Mr. Umbrella, you get a little rainbow behind it, okay? You could do the same thing, turn it around, put a rocket on there and have a rocket take off, or maybe a shooting star. You can, this one keeps getting stuck on me, but you get the idea. So you can really customize these, all right? So that's the basics of construction. Do we have any questions? Any questions about putting these together before I switch cameras? Any questions, Kate?
No.
Everybody seems good? Okay. Oh, did I show you this one? I did this one with just different colors of paper. Easy. You don't have to get too crazy with that, but of course you can go crazy with it. I love it when people go crazy with their ideas and make beautiful, beautiful things like that. All right, switching back over. All right, hi, I'm back. That wasn't so bad. I will remember next time to flip the camera though, so it doesn't because that was confusing me with the words being all messed up like that. But that's okay. So make sure you download those templates. I would love to see what you create. Okay, so if you make a card, either share it in the comments or share it on your own page and just tag #WarrenLib or tag the library at @WarrenLib so we can see your amazing creations. Post it on Instagram, same hashtags. We would love to see what you're making. Okay, we miss you. We want to be in the makerspace with you, making things together. But in the meantime, at least we have this whole online experience that we can still do cool things together in. Next week at 2 o'clock, I will be back again for Maker Monday. We will be doing bubble wrap art. So you're going to get any kind of bubble wrap that you have, old envelopes, maybe some packaging if you're getting some packages, and save that. Get out your paints. I'm going to show you some really, really fun ways to use that for engineering and for art. Okay, so we've got some fun maker activities for that. This Friday coming up on May 1st at 2 p.m. is Friday STEAM, and that's where we take science and technology, engineering, art, and math, merge them all together, and learn something new together. We're going to be making our own seed bombs this week out of upcycled materials so that you can spread some nice native plants all over your neighborhood, bring a little bit of joy to everybody this spring. So definitely make sure you join us for those. One last thing, I know some people have asked, and I just want to let you know that your county 3D printers are hard at work for our community. We have been printing face shields to deliver to local hospitals in Hunterdon and Warren County, and sometimes out to the Poconos, wherever they're needed. We're also doing little things like these ear savers for nurses and for doctors and for other health professionals. They attach the elastic from their masks onto that, and it keeps that from rubbing their ears. We've been printing out custom buttons for sewers that are making fabric face masks and headbands, and even pleating jigs. These are to help make face masks. So you basically take the fabric, you put them in between, the pleat holds in place, and you just zip it up and sew it. So we're trying our best to help make personal protective equipment for our health workers. If you are working with a group in Warren County that is making PPE and other items for those on the front lines, please reach out to me. You can contact me at 3dprinting@warrenlib.org, or you can send me a note at sroberts@warrenlib.org, and I will help connect you to those that can get you the supplies you need, and I can help with 3D printing any items that you may need. So definitely reach out. All right, that's everything for today. Thank you for bearing with my very first live stream. This was exciting, and it was pretty cool to do. So I look forward to seeing you again on Friday at 2 p.m. and next Monday, 2 p.m. Okay? Have a great afternoon. Stay safe, stay healthy. We miss you, and keep making. Bye, guys. All right.